What's going on, guys? Jesse here from Sledaddicz. So today I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit on my new 2024 MXZ XRS 850 137. So we've had it the past couple days in Mont Valin doing some riding. Sled has about 500K right now, so I thought I would just give you my initial impressions on what I think so far. So talking about, firstly, smart chocks, that's something I didn't have on my 2022 XRS. And I had tried it on Mike's sleds that he's had, but I never actually had it on my sled, so I didn't get a lot of time with it, and I decided I wanted to test that out. So far, really impressed with it. I do notice a little bit what Mike was saying about how the comfort mode sometimes is a little too soft and the Sport Plus is a little too hard. So most of the time you end up sitting in sport mode for the smart chocks, but I actually quite like it. It handles really, really well. On top of that, I have my Bergstrom 6-inch triple point carbides on the sled. It's helped. The handling has been really fantastic. Biting really well, but also still have really light steering. Even Mike said when he got on the sled that he would actually probably add some weight to the front end. Obviously, live on set, folks, live on set. So far, my impressions on this sled are really, really positive. Given that I'm going really from a 22 Gen 4 narrow body to a Gen 5, there are definitely some differences I noticed. First of all, there's way less vibration in the handlebars. It's actually like crazy, the difference. I noticed it a little bit last year on Mike's Gen 5, but again, I didn't put that many kilometers on his sled. So for me, it just wasn't something that I really noticed that apparently until spending a lot of time with this new Gen 5 now. The motor seems a little bit peppier. Obviously, it is the same 850, but we said the same thing last year with Mike's Gen 5 850. It just feels a little bit snappier. So far, I've been really impressed with the traction I've been getting with it. We are in hard pack conditions, so that definitely helps. Smart shocks, definitely something, as I mentioned, I'm really liking. I find that I stay in sport mode most of the time, and it seems to do a really good job. Sometimes I've been in comfort, and sometimes Sport Plus, but really majority of the time I'm sitting in sport mode, and it seems to really perform very well and be really comfortable. So it just takes it. Look at these bumps. Just like nothing. That's why I love my 850s. Really liking the 10.25-inch gauge on this sled. BRP Go works, but I've been having a few issues with the app on my phone. Really hope that we're going to get to the point where we can have it just all in the gauge itself, and you don't have to rely on your phone, because the BRP Go app is a fantastic software. It really does work well. The issues I've been having have had to do with connecting my phone to the sled. Like when I plug it in, it will work, and then maybe it's a bad connection. I'm not 100% sure. So I've been using my GPS a lot, the Zumo. Or sorry, actually, the Garmin Tread. I also really like the new handlebar cluster that Skidoo designed. It kind of has all the buttons I need to access, and I have no issue hitting any of them while I'm riding. Just took me a little bit to get used to their positions, because they are different than I was used to on the G4 cluster. So far, I have had a couple issues with this sled. Firstly, on our first day of riding, when we got to Mont Valin, about 120 kilometers in or so, me and Mike were parked on the side of the trail, and I basically got on the sled, started it, and hit the gas to kind of lift the skis a little bit. And when I landed, the front part of my brake side ski just cracked, like perfectly cracked. And I looked at Mike, and he looked at me, and we're like, what the hell just happened? So we taped it up. The tape held about 0.5 of a second. And then I ran the rest of the day, which was about 240 kilometers, exactly like that, with the ski just dangling, with the front part of it. Thank God, actually, the Bergstrom triple points, because of this ski saver, it actually lifts up the ski a little bit. Because the biggest concern I had was that the cut edge of the ski, the flat edge, would hit like a mogul and dig in and throw me. But it didn't, and the front part of the ski was kind of just connected from the ski loop, the back part of the ski loop, so it just stayed up at a 90-degree angle, and it worked the rest of the day. I said it was okay, but I was kind of shocked that happened. It's obviously a factory defect, because I've never broken a ski in my life. Luckily, because we're nuts, Mike actually had to, he had a pair of Pilot X skis in the trailer with different carbides that he was going to try, so I just took one of them and swapped it onto my sled with the Bergstrom carbide that I already had, so I can make sure that my carbides wear evenly. And I'll run this for the rest of the trip, and then when we get back home, we'll get a new ski from Team Vincent and get that all fixed up. The other thing that happened, which actually was this morning on my way out to shoot this video that you're watching now, we were going towards a lookout, and I came to a stop, put my sled in reverse, hit the gas, and I noticed a grinding sound coming from my clutching area. So I opened it up, and my secondary was completely wide open, and the belt was not, like, it wasn't grabbing the belt. So in my head, I'm like, okay, broken roller. It's happened to me before, but kind of shocked that it's not even 500 kilometers on the sled at the time. So we could not get we tried to move the sled forward to try to get the secondary to come back. It didn't, so obviously something was jammed in there. We tried towing it, and then once we towed it for a little bit, it actually kind of slipped out, the roller, I guess. I don't think it was broken, I think it was stuck, because it came back in place. I adjusted my belt height, everything's perfect, and I've been riding it for about 80K so far today, and it's been completely fine. So it must be a stuck roller, but yeah, so those are the two issues that I had on the sled so far. Honestly, don't really think anything of it. Stuff can happen. I'm really loving the sled. I'm really impressed with just how it performs. The peppiness feels a little bit better than the Gen 4 850 I had. And yeah, I can't wait to load on some miles on this sled. I have a smile ear to ear riding this thing. I feel super comfortable on it. The suspension really has impressed me. Smart shocks, I was skeptical, and Mike has said that before, that I was skeptical for sure for the past couple of years, because I really didn't spend that much time on it or using smart shocks on Mike's sleds. But now I am pretty convinced. Will I do a tune to the smart shocks, or a flash to the smart shocks, to maybe get a little bit different programming for what comfort means and what Sport Plus means? That's possible, but right now I'm really content. It is working quite well. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and found my insight into the 2024 MXZ XRS 850 valuable. Let me know if you want to see anything else on this sled, or if you have any questions, don't hesitate to either comment on the video, or you can send me an email at jesse@sledaddicz.com. Always happy to help and answer any questions you may have. Can't wait to continue riding on this sled for the rest of the trip, and as usual, stay tuned for more content coming from us the whole season. Thanks for watching, guys.